Me elsewhere, I just want to say hello. It's good to have you. Hello. All right, so that's coming up this afternoon, just so you know, and also tomorrow. That will be Wednesday and Thursday. We have some photo compositing with Old Orleans, as he's known, Roy Handy. So again, you can see some of his work. We can kind of click to it. I want to see some of Roy's work, if you don't mind. Click right in here. Roy Handy. And again, just doing some photo compositing from Atlanta. Let's actually go to his site, oldorleans.co, and we see a lot of his work. Love this big, bold work, which is going to be awesome. So it's going to be fun on Wednesday and Thursday. How's everybody doing? Everybody's like saying, hello, hi, how are you? Everybody's like, I feel like I just walked into a party and everybody's chatting away, which is great, by the way. We have also Wednesday and Thursday designing printable planners with Studio Sylvana Herabout. So live in 27 hours. That's going to be done in InDesign, hopefully cover, and Photoshop, and hopefully she'll cover some of those new features in good old InDesign. All right, good. Afroja's doing well. Thank you. How is everybody else? Huh? How are you guys doing, huh? That's the schedule roughly. There is more going on. I just highlight our special guests. You know, if you take a look, we also have Illustrated Daily Creative Challenges. So all the daily creative challenges are kicking off basically today. So check all of those out. And Eliza Todd's going to be doing XD as well. So, all right. So, what's inspiring you guys today is what I want to know. Is on your mind? What's news for you? Would love to hear it. But let's dive into sort of news, I guess, around the internets right now. And welcome back. Sorry for that quick cut. Got to work on some of my editing. All right, there we go. Bruce Gonzalez is enjoying the weather in New York. Feels great. Does it feel nice and cool? That sounds awesome. We've been having some good weather here in Colorado. It's kind of been all over the place, to be honest with you. I wanted to point this project out. So under news, we're basically going to be highlighting projects, right? And then we'll get into sort of new features. So that's the plan today, to inspire you with new projects and then show you some new features, because we had a bunch of stuff released at Max. So if we take a look at this, I really like this, because Olay designs lids for consumers with disabilities. So I don't think that we think about this a lot, but you can see, actually, let's kind of scroll down a little bit. So if you have any vision, if you're vision impaired, this is actually an even better picture. Or dexterity issues, that's what these lids are all about. So look at how big and bold this is. Yeah. You know what? The people who need retinol 24, myself, yeah, are probably the same people that need glasses. So I just like how they design these lids to be inclusive, whether you're hard of seeing or whatever the case may be. A braille lid up at the top. They have these little handles on the end, just really making them consumer friendly, easy to open. And I was just like kind of really into it. So something I don't think about that I think we all kind of need to keep in mind, because sometimes we're so focused on ourselves and, kind of how we consume products, when really we might not be the end customer in this case, especially, right? So again, I just like how they did that. Agia, am I saying your name correctly? Can't wait for Sylvana's session tomorrow. Awesome. I think that will be fun as well. And I'm just kind of confirming some of the times as I take a look. My eyes are going bad as I talk about this, by the way. I'm having the hardest time seeing. That's at 9 a.m. All right, just confirm that time. Let's take a look at a couple other projects as well. Again, you get the idea for that one. Let's see what else we got. I thought this was a really clever ad as well, just kind of inspiring you with creative. We have this lovely Cascade ad, which is super cool, right? So Cascade cleans glass, right? It's perfect for sort of, I guess, your dishwasher, things like that. But the whole idea of getting smudges and things off of glass is huge. So they created these cool ads, and I was inspired by them. I was inspired by them visually, mainly. It's like, oh, this is fascinating. You know, it's like you take away the wine glass, you still get the idea that this is a wine glass. So it's so cleverly done. Here's a lovely, like, I don't know, I guess a bourbon or a whiskey, right? That whiskey glass, you get the idea. Some juice. And again, this is like, yeah, less is more here. I think they just nailed it. They literally took away the product that it actually cleans. They took away the one thing that it does is clean glass. They took that out of the equation and makes for a strong ads, as you can see here. So again, I thought those were super cool. Just inspiring you today. So simple, so effective. Always helps us take a breath and, you know, think about your projects before you kind of dive into Photoshop, right? And I'm guilty of that as well. Just jump right into Photoshop or Illustrator, right? It's nice just kind of taking a breath and really executing something. I thought this was cool as well. Highlighting only 3 projects today, by the way, and then we'll get into some new stuff, new features and everything. But I liked this as well. Speaking of very clever not only products basically. Force charger, a signpost, right? That's solar powered, so you can plug in your device. Because imagine if you, and this happened to my girlfriend, she got a flat tire at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning up a trail in Oregon, right? And she didn't, actually the problem there was she didn't have service. But if she didn't have, you know, her phone or anything, like this eliminates that problem. You can plug in your device. And this should actually be a video, and I should be able to play it. We won't worry about the audio, but you get the idea. Again, clever products. The ad does exactly what you think it's going to do, which is tell you about the product. So yeah, that's all. I thought it was cool. I feel like everybody just walked into a room and is saying hi to everyone. Can you keep that going for another 35 minutes? Sam, thank you for posting that link. I appreciate it. From Ads of the World. Again, cool link, by the way. If you go here, Ads of the World, where this is done, you'll find a ton of videos. Actually, that's where I found this one as well. So there you see them both sort of side by side. And you can go through all of these. They're fun to watch, right? Check the facts. That's a good one, which is something we should all be doing. And let's move on. The other resource right over here is Dieline. So Dieline has some great articles and things like that. So yeah, I need those. I'm all about solar, right? I'm all about solar, man. I want solar on my place. Would be awesome to go with my electric car. Yeah, invest in your own tire pump. Again, like, it was a flat tire. She hit a rock in her vehicle, so she can't really pump up her, you know, her vehicle's tire. Ah, that's some good coffee. Oh, yeah. Got a toffee coffee today. All right, let's switch gear to a little bit more creative from creative. So these are not ads, but we'll dive into that and then we'll get into our... All right, that transition was better. I'm always tweaking all of these settings. Zoop, let's move me over. So let's take a look. I want to talk about this creative. Here we go. So sorry about that. I'm just getting this going. Jonas Daly does awesome work from Shenzhen, China. And basically you have these fantasy landscapes sort of taken based on a really simple photo. So kind of like the Cascade art that we saw a second ago. This is very similar. So again, here is his work, Jonas Daly. And again, I just love his landscapes. Take a look, take something kind of simple, which actually is pretty cool, and make this sort of fantasy landscape is what he's doing. We can scroll down and see a multitude of these. Isn't it just amazing, just taking a really clean photo and doing some color correction on it and creating something fantastic? We're going to get involved in some of this today, right? But mainly doing some colorization and harmonization is our plan for some of our pro tips. Again, Emerald Lake, you could see taking these fantastic photos and then changing the colors. Yes, looks like Dune. I'm really into fantasy, so that's probably why I like it. All right, let's move on to this one. Gregory Elu. Oh gosh, what is my problem? Euclid? There we go. Thank you. Gregory Luke. Man, I am struggling, guys. If you can't tell, I am struggling. But look at how cool this is. It doesn't take away from how awesome this is. Watercolor, right? Putting down a splat. Yeah, trying that in fresco, right? With the watercolors there. And then executing this very finely detailed image, as you can see it right there. And again, starting with sort of a splat and then creating these wonderful landscape scenes, as you can see right in here. Again, these are pure watercolor, by the way, so no digital art done here, but you could easily do this in fresco. I say easily. If you have the talent, you can. Again, I'm just really inspired by this stuff, and hopefully this inspires you to take sort of like, it's almost like you took a mess and then he turned it into something beautiful. So thank you, Bruce. It is awesome. Right? So again, great work, sort of taking that mess, turning it into something beautiful, right? Happy accidents. We're all about it. You get the idea. Cool? Isn't that fun work? So sorry, everything is going crazy today. All right. So hopefully that inspires you. I want to get into pro tips, if you don't mind. Right over here, pro tips. Let me unmask some of this. Zoop. There we go. Harmonization, color transfer, colorize, right? That's what a lot of these designs kind of have in common. Let's kind of take a look at that now. Let's even take this, and this image is actually kind of already color treated, so we'll just jump in and play with this really fast. So we have this image. I'm going to convert it to a smart object. We're going to go into filter, up to neural filters, right? You've probably done this like 1,000 times by now, or you've probably seen this a lot. Let's turn on landscape mixer for this. We'll take this night scene. Let's click right up here and we will make it look, and it's a night desert scene, and I'm picking the exact opposite of it, right? So I'm picking this image right up here, which is this grass, and it's going to go through, it's going to process it, and boom, how amazing is that, huh? Do you like it? Are you not amazed? Tell me the potential this has for your artwork. I'm scaling it down like to 92 on the slider, right? And it starts to take away a little bit. I noticed it if I just kind of play in this little area right up here is a good spot, but it might just depend on the image. Let's click again. All right, I'm taking it down 50%. Do your thing. All right, I'm taking it down even further. The strength is going to be at about 30%. There we go, right? You can see those stones are kind of showing through. And it's still pretty darn amazing, right? Isn't that cool, right? Are you guys into it? And let's just crank this all the way up. Since I like the initial results, we'll click OK. Notice right down here, I'm going to output it as a smart filter. It's going to be this lush one. We'll click OK. And sort of there we go. We have, let's see what else we could add to this. And maybe this gray wolf works for this image, but I've changed it entirely, right? We could have this wolf match the original. That's one way of doing things. So how are we going to make this match the original and even the new image? So let's take this lovely wolf, and yeah, it needs some shadows and things. We'll go into neural filters, right? We're not going to use landscape mixer. What we will use is my favorite feature, is harmonization. So turning that on, right, it's going to go and harmonize. It's going to match the color and luminosity of one layer to another. So what do I need to do? I need to select that. Oh, geez, so sorry. Select that other layer right over here. So we'll select this view of a rocky desert landscape at dusk. It'll go in, analyze it, boom, right, and makes this coyote or wolf. I guess it would be I don't know if it's a wolf or a coyote, to be honest with you. But today I hardly even know my name. But here I'm just adjusting the strength to get it right. So I didn't really have to do any work. I could just kind of play with that slider a little bit and output that as a smart filter. Call it a day. Cool. Cool. Yeah, Sean, Harmonize does work well. I'm into it. And then from there, you can go ahead and, still adjust some more. I'll kind of adjust the brightness and contrast. That's what I think it needs a little bit more, like so. Boom, boom. You get the idea. We'll go in here. We'll use object selection tool, lasso, because I just want to grab this big, like, stone there. Holding down option key to remove. And I might just use the regular lasso, by the way. But no, that did it pretty well. Are you amazed? I'm just amazed at, how easy things are today, these days, with all these tools. So you can kind of put that there. Okay, so it's a gray wolf howling is what it is. Coyotes are, I feel like coyotes are skinnier as well. So there that is. We could kind of paint in the sort of shadow, its shadow. And you get the idea, right? We won't spend any more time on this because I wanted to get into some more of the colorization and harmonization, right? So there that is. You get the idea. It's a step closer to looking pretty nice. Wouldn't you agree? Right? And again, I could turn on this neural filter. It's going to change entirely, but I could also change the gray wolf to match this daytime landscape as well. Right? So looks very barren. Hey, no problem. We could just jump back in there and then change it accordingly. Double click on neural filters. Go in here. Select that landscape, and now it changes it as if it's daytime as well. So that's a little trick I wanted to do, just to show you for fun. All right. Cool. I think I like the night landscape better. Wouldn't you agree? Let's undo that a couple times, but we want to take this to the next level. Seeing as I have 5 minutes, which is great. Undo that. We'll undo that. There we go. All right, so here's our scene. Let's have some fun with this. Let's put this in a new smart object. We're going to go to Filter, and we're going to go to our third updated neural filter, which is going to be Color Transfer. Right? So we're going to steal the color from any one of these photos, okay? In this case, we'll take it, say, to this yellow one here, because we should see lots of yellow kind of pop. It's going to use the lab color space, and that is interesting. Why is it let's cancel this. Oh, so sorry. I did not grab all 3 of those. So sorry. There we go. Now I have grabbed everything. Go into neural filters. We'll tint this a new color to make a fantastic scene using color transfer. Steal sort of all the yellow and those colors out of that photo. We'll try this sort of scattered one, right? So we have this sort of Jackson Pollock look right here. Obviously, colorizes the whole thing differently. So you could start to see how you get to, and not to oversimplify Jonas's work, but you could see how you can kind of go down this path of these like exciting, cool dune-like landscapes or whatever using, as you can see, color transfer. All right. So again, we're just having fun. Hopefully you're having a good day. Susan's in the house. All right. Yes, thank you, Lisa. So these are all new features, by the way. We're also updating these a lot as well. So Smart Portrait, we're updating that, and Colorize as well. So Colorize, it's not black and white, but Colorize has been updated and works better than ever as well. So feel free to give Colorize a try. But look what it does. Like, isn't this kind of neat? By the way, when I go down to color transfer, I can not only pick from these 9, yeah, of course, you can go ahead and select a photo from your desktop if you want to as well. So I'll jump in here. Let's just take a look at some of these lovely images. We'll take, of course, these lovely flowers. Yeah, let's steal those colors. So we'll use that image, and it maps accordingly and does its thing. All right, cool. All right, so I didn't really apply it. Didn't need to worry about that. The thing I'm most excited about is using Harmonize. It's gonna make your life so much better, because I used to teach a way to do this that was much more complex, and now it's super easy to just select a layer, apply, and now it looks like this. Of course, whale is floating in the sky. Well. Kind of winding down. Even right here, we'll do this with a lion. Yeah, I'm just having fun now. Let's make it as part of this night scene. Again, using Harmonization. Let's turn that on. Let's select the night forest, which is that background layer. We'll watch it go through and do its thing. Boom. You're welcome, world. Come on, that's amazing. Slow clap for Photoshop. Stop making my job so easy. This does replace, in my opinion, it replaces match color because it's non-destructive. And I used to show ways to do this with curves. It kind of replaces that for me because it just makes it so much easier. So you get the idea. And you can tweak all of those settings as well. I didn't really tweak any. You can dive into all of that yourself. But thanks so much. I'm going to leave you guys with some fancy resources. Feel free to jump out to creativecloud.adobe.com/discover. Also, you can check out the tab in your Creative Cloud desktop app. There's a Discover tab on your desktop as well. That's what that first link is. You guys get the idea. Hit me up if you want to, or if you have anything you want to showcase. Would love to highlight it. If you have anything new, any art that you're doing, or fancy tips and tricks, because I don't have a monopoly on this stuff. So thanks so much, everybody. Yeah, we will leave you to it. And I think some hack's going to be up next to doing the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. Some hack. But yes, I'll be back in a little bit with our day 1 of the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. So see you in a minute. Thanks so much, everybody. See you in a minute.